Hello and welcome everybody to There and Back Again. I know that you can't use your videos or your audio, but we just wanted to welcome you just a few minutes before we start from both myself, Cathryn, and Laetitia.
Hi everyone, I'm Laetitia Forst. Welcome to TABA 3, TABA 2020 online edition.
Okay, so I would like to officially welcome you to There and Back Again Circular Economies. And we've got a really great day planned out for everybody. As we've already mentioned, for anyone that's sort of entering the room at the moment, your videos are disabled and so is your audio, but we do encourage you to talk through the chat. If you have any questions, put those, either save them up and ready for the Q&A time, or put them into the chat and then we'll be asking those a little bit later. But to introduce us, I am Cathryn Hall and I am a PhD student at the Centre for Circular Design. I'm just coming to the end of my PhD with them, and I am studying design for mechanical textile recycling, the circular economy. I do some consultancy, some teaching, and obviously I'm a researcher. And then over to Laetitia.
Thank you. So I'm Laetitia Forst. I'm also a PhD student with the Centre for Circular Design, although I am on the edge of being able to finish this PhD. I'm about a month away from handing in my corrections. So yeah, that status has lasted for long enough. I'm also a researcher at the Centre for Circular Design and at UAL more broadly. I'm working on two research projects, one of them the Centre for Sustainable Fashion on the Business of Fashion, Textile and Technology project at UAL. And the other one is the HereWare project, which has just been launched this month, which is an EU collaboration, and in that role, I'm a postdoctoral research fellow at the Centre for Circular Design.
Brilliant. So why are we here today? So today we're talking about the circular economy, and obviously the circular economy is thinking about how resources and products can kind of cycle around so that we're not creating any waste. But does a circular economy just look like a single circle? Could it look like 2 circles? Could it look like 6 circles? Maybe circles within circles? Could it look even more than that? Today, the theme of this event is Circular Economies, plural. And we specifically chose this title to think about the circular economy from a multitude of perspectives, different products, different resources, and how we can look about connecting all of those different conversations together. Layered on top of that is this kind of bigger picture about people and planet. So we really wanted to bring this conversation in about making the planet and the environment that we're living a safe place for all of those people that are on the planet, whether they are consumers, whether they're people working in the systems and jobs and factories and producing and making these resources. We want to think about everything, and we'll be kind of looking a little bit about that in our workshop in the middle of the day. Laetitia is going to tell you a little bit more about how the day is going to pan out. To you.
Yeah. So the day today is broken up into 3 distinct sections. They are all complementary, and they're all there to sort of like Cathryn was saying, give us a different perspective, another view through another side of the prism of these circular economies. So to start off, we're going to be thinking about circular ideas. And this is a part of the event that we're really quite passionate about, and it's about really engaging the MA students from across UAL with this theme and sort of really connecting them as part of the research community at UAL through this event. So we're starting in 10 minutes, we'll have presentation from 5 students. We'll be presenting 4 different projects, and this will be moderated by PhD researcher at UAL, Daniela Jenkins. After that, we'll have another PhD student at UAL who's also connected to the Centre for Circular Design, Lula Mercedes. She'll be telling us all about biomaterials in the circular economy. Then we'll have a break, which is really just a very short break for you to maybe like grab some food. We're quite conscious that it's quite convenient to be able to have these online events while munching on your sandwich and sort of like being able to multitask. I enjoy doing that myself. So that's really just 15 minutes for you to sort of pop something in the toaster or in the microwave, and then join us again for the second part of the event, which is going to be our circular actions. So the first part of circular actions is going to be including 2 guest speakers that we're really happy to be able to have with us today. So Neliana Fuenmayor from a transparent company is going to be presenting alongside Claire Farrell from Extinction Rebellion. And they'll both be giving us sort of like their perspective on designing for transparency in the fashion industry and accountability also, which is a big one behind the Extinction Rebellion movement. We'll then have a sort of quick interview and Q&A session. And we'll be really diving into the thick of it for our workshop starting at 1:15 UK time. So this will be an opportunity for you to all be split up into groups and connect amongst yourselves also, and have like deeper conversations and like really draw on the expertise in the room, because we are quite aware that quite a lot of you joining us today already know quite a lot about circular economies and have your own perspective to bring to the table. So these workshops will be a way of really having conversations around like what problems and what solutions are there, and what are the bigger social and policy challenges that we face in circular economies. I know that some of you might have like not subscribed to the workshop. It's still fairly open. Like we needed to have tickets for this so that we could gauge numbers. But if you do want to join the workshop, like do please just be in the room at 1:15 and we'll split you up into groups. Otherwise, you can just leave the room and join us for the third part of the day, which will be after a short break and starting at 2:30. And then we will have our circular change. So this will involve a discussion between myself, Cathryn, and moderated by Professor Becky Early. And this will really be a moment to sort of reckon on what we've learned from 3 years of running TABA. And this is also a moment when we'll be exploring new ideas around how textile design researchers can teach change making, and how we can develop new models for change and developing communities inside university, and also connecting to broader networks. And finally, we'll be welcoming Claire Brass, our keynote speaker, who'll be rounding up the day and telling us about her work in circular economies across sectors. Then at 4 we'll close the day and all go and grab a glass of wine. Okay, so I just wanted to take this opportunity also to sort of reflect on like what TABA is and what it's been. Obviously, given the global circumstances at the moment, we're taking online, but it's not always been online. It's been an event we've been extremely happy to run, and like I said, this is the third year, so we've had 2 in-person versions of TABA in the past 2 years, and it's been such an amazing moment for us able to draw different experts and sort of like bring students and academics and people from the industry together in the same room. I think this is also really important also how Cathryn and I launched this event as PhD students as part of the Centre for Circular Design, and it's been like a great contribution to our experience as PhD students, experience of as researchers. It's really helped us sort of like have all these iterative conversations that are so important to developing new knowledge in this field. And yeah, like we said, we're both reaching the end of our PhD journey, and this will be sort of like the sort of closing event for this specific format. We're like really looking forward to keeping working with the Centre for Circular Design and sort of like developing new ideas. But this is like TABA as it was by PhD students is essentially the last edition, and that's also why we think it's really important for us to sort of like have this moment of reflection and think about like what the legacy of these moments has been, and consider what kind of models we can develop for this to be taken forward by other researchers in the field. And I think this is also a really good moment for us to sort of like acknowledge how amazing it has been to be PhD students as part of the Centre for Circular Design, and really like would like to thank absolutely everyone who's sort of like contributed to this event, who's contributed to like just richness of the research that is going on in this centre. And we've got quite a few members of the centre who are here today also, who'll be like hopefully jumping in at different moments to contribute their ideas. Yeah, huge thanks to everyone from CCD and everyone who's contributed to TABA so far.
Seconded by me. It has been a wonderful 3 years, but we can't wait to get started.